If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I know these types of videos really hurt people's feelings because they hate to hear one of their favorite actors or actresses could be practicing witchcraft or doing ritual magic. But guess what? They all do it. And this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, but somebody who's kept things pretty tightly vested where you can't find too much stuff. Of course, you could see pictures of her doing the 666, but at the same time, like I've told people before, unless they're deliberately doing something, you can't take something out of context because, you know, I've seen channels who will call somebody, say someone's doing the devil horns and is a Satanist in the middle of a baseball game because they're signaling that there's 2 outs to the outfield. So you got to be careful with stuff like that. But there are photos of her throwing up devil horns and doing the 666. But that is Jennifer Aniston. I know it's going to break people's hearts because I'm sure most of you are huge fans of Friends. No, I'm just kidding. But people, you know, she's kind of got that image of, oh, she's a nice, you know, wonderful person. But here she is letting everyone know her secrets of the goddess circle ritual that she does with her famous friends. And I'm going to read to you about it right now. But it is also mentioning in the article that Courtney Cox is one of her friends that participates. Here you can see Courtney Cox is sitting on her sofa with her daughter, I believe, holding the 666 sign over her eye, because that's what we all do when we're sitting around our couch. Right? Is this what you guys do? You have, you know, mom and dad are over for dinner, or a couple of your friends, you sit around holding you go, hey, okay, and hold it over your eye, and then millions of these celebrities on magazine covers doing it, you know, normal behavior, right? It's all part of the brotherhood. This is how they communicate. Confucius said it himself, signs and symbols rule the world. Jennifer Aniston, on her 50th birthday, she's revealing that to the New York Times, that she and her closest friends have been doing a goddess circle ritual for over 3 decades. In fact, they come together and do this during each other's major life events, which include both of Jennifer's weddings to Brad Pitt and whoever this guy is, Justin I have no idea how to pronounce it. Let's just call him Justin Poop. However, for this particular gathering, the murder mystery actress explained it was all about embracing her age and how far their group has come. She says, it's so weird. There's so much doom around that number. And you can see the amount of work that Jennifer Aniston has had done, which is, I don't know. You know, I don't know if these people, when they're like 50 and 60, these women, they get this plastic surgery because, you know, obviously they're socially engineered to think that they look better when they get it. A lot of these people look really scary. It's just, you know, unless it's just the demon coming out of them. It says, what does the goddess circle entail? Well, during their ritual, the women sit cross-legged on the floor, pass around a charm and feather decorated stick, and set their intentions, according to the publication. Now remember, somebody might hear that and they'll go, yeah, that's no big deal. First of all, any kind of magic is bad, okay? It's of the devil. And secondly, they're not really going to reveal exactly what happens in these rituals, right? Not going to be like, oh, yeah, we sit around in a circle and, you know, after we massacre a child or an animal, we drink its blood, rub it on our faces. So, you know, it's anti-aging. And I'm not saying that's what the specific ritual is, but let's be realistic. I'm sure it entails more than sitting in a circle holding a feather and a stick. So it's unclear who exactly is part of the tradition, but it's believed that Courtney Cox, Molly Kimmel, and Andrea Bendenwald were headed to Mexico with Aniston for her festivities. And it seems their traditional gathering has some sort of magical powers, because it turns out Aniston feels like she's entering a creatively fulfilling period. And again, this is how they socially engineer and normalize this stuff. Because remember, these influencers are the ones who influence people, their behavior, what they do, what they practice, right? We've seen like the Power of Now and all this other crap that's come out because of Oprah pushing New Age Christianity. All these idiots think that Oprah is a Christian. And if you haven't seen my exposed video on Oprah, you certainly should watch it. I mean, she openly talks about, you know, Jesus isn't the only way to heaven, which we all know Jesus is the only way. And she talks about all this other stuff, and she pretty much bashes Christianity. But people seem to think she is one because she pushes New Age spirituality, New Age Christianity. Okay, and that's why we have so many lukewarm Christians. These influencers who pretend to be Christian, water it down, then they start, talking about God, but people don't realize they're talking about Lucifer. And then they start talking about getting crystals and energy things and charms. And these people don't even realize that they're indoctrinating them with witchcraft, saying that it's, spirituality. And suddenly you have Christians who have all of these crystals and all these things in their home. They don't even know what they're doing. And it's because these influencers. So them even revealing this in an article about Jennifer Aniston, just another way for people to be like, oh, maybe I should try something like that. She feels better than ever at age 50 and she looks great. So it says the gathering, like I said, has some sort of magical powers. She says she's entering into what she feels is one of the most creative, fulfilling periods of her life. She's been doing the rituals for 30 years, and she feels like it's just about to really bloom. Must be some type of massive ritual that she's doing now after 30 years if she feels like it's about to get good. Wonder who the poor victim was. It says it couldn't be more true. She's returning to TV in November for Apple's big budget series, The Morning Show. She'll star alongside Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell. Oh, yes, indeed. How wonderful. Let's keep putting our lips on all these people's rear ends so that they can continue to indoctrinate our society with witchcraft, Satanism, and the occult. And, of course, just make it seem like it's a cool, hip, trendy thing to do. Get more energy, feel better about yourself, self-empowerment. Throw your Freemasonry in there, believe you're your own God. And you just get what we have in today's world, whereas we have a bunch of zombies walking around thinking that these people are heroes, that they're good people, that these celebrities care. All of them are donating to charity, and they're all philanthropists. And this is what you all should want to do with your lives. And what's the secret to it all, Jennifer? You got all this money, and you're beautiful. What's the secret? Well, my magical witchcraft rituals that I do. Oh, I have to try it, right? And that's how they socially engineer people into this stuff. It's been going on since the advent of the television as far as socially engineering our society into practicing witchcraft without even realizing it, with glorifying it through everything from Disney, from Aladdin, to Beauty and the Beast, to Snow White. I mean, you name the Disney cartoon, it's about magic. Sorcerer's Apprentice, right? Harry Potter. Keep showing it to the kids, show it to the kids. Pretend in the real world that it doesn't exist, right? These people are like, it's all make-believe stuff. So we go to the movies to get away and escape. You're being indoctrinated. That's what's happening. So, again, Jennifer Aniston, you can see her doing the hand signals. I'm not going to go crazy about that because I don't know. I haven't seen her on a magazine cover doing it, but I mean, she does throw up the devil horns here, which looks like a magazine pose. Devil horn, 666 sign. Obviously, you can even see her doing the triangle power hand symbol, which we see all of these politicians always doing, making the pyramid with their hands. And of course, her best buddy who's there for the ritual, Courtney Cox, is just sitting on her sofa with her little girl holding the 666 over her eye. What do you think she tells her little girl? She's like, want to play a game? Let's go like this, make what is known as the A-OK sign, and hold it over your eyeball. And then, every single person in the world is going to do this on magazine covers. I mean, the collages should be enough to wake anybody up. These photos of all these celebrities on magazine covers doing this. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And I talk about the NBA players doing it. People are like, no, it means three-pointer. And I'm like, okay, why are they doing it over their eyeball? Oh, well, it means it's in your face. Oh, is that what it means? No, it means they're all part of the same brotherhood. All of these people. All of them. You can't sit there and be like, well, I'm a fan of so-and-so. They seem like they're not one of them. Yeah? You'll find out that they are, because they'll even come out and admit it. Well, I do a ritual, a goddess ritual. She's calling herself a goddess. It's unbelievable. It's everywhere. Every day there's content and information for me to talk about because it's everywhere. I don't have to go digging and, oh man, what am I going to talk about? It's everywhere. Every mainstream outlet talking about it, promoting it, glorifying it, right? Seeing witchcraft be glorified. as healing and good empowerment, and it's good for you, right? And then on the flip side, because everything's inverted, when we hear about Christianity in mainstream, what do we hear? Bigots, hateful people, hate speech. Look at the Christians outside, protesting the transgender story hour and all this other stuff. Negativity, right? It's an inverted world. But Jennifer Aniston, sorry to break people's hearts, because I know a lot of people think that she's got to be a good cookie cutter, good girl. Nope. She's practicing magic too, because they all are. It's no surprise. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.